Johnson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandy D. Johnson, and welcome to the Living Life on Purpose. As you guys know, I'm working on the 2021 My Story, My Journey retreat. And today we're going to have one of the great presenters, Lena Jackson. Lena has been a presenter before at the retreat, and she is such a wealth of knowledge and encouragement. So we're just going to have a brief interview with her so she can tell you how she's feeling about everything, a little bit about herself. So, everyone, let's give Lena a warm welcome. Thank
Hi,
you,
Sandy.
Lena, for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm doing well today. I'm doing very well. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I've been busy, busy, busy getting stuff for the retreat organized and together and just my thoughts together. So, we're going to jump right in. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, Lena?
Okay, I am Lena Jackson. As you said, I am a registered nurse by trade. I'm also a registered nurse educator. Certified nurse educator is the best term for it. I'm a motivational speaker and career coach more than anything. I'm a mother and a Black woman. So all of that.
The Black woman, that one is big. That
It
one,
is.
today I posted something. There's a picture of a Black lady like holding her hand out. And somebody, instead of reaching and grabbing her hand, they high five her. Because
Yeah.
we're expected as a Black woman to just carry so
Hmm.
much, carry our
I
men,
felt that.
raise children, and deal with so much. Um, but I could say Lena, as one of my sisters, she don't high five you, she grab your hand and she pulls you and make sure you're getting what you do. As people know, I do T-shirts, and she said I have the Two Healed series, Two Healed, and she said Two Healed to allow my sisters to stay broken. So I made that shirt for her. Awesome! It's so powerful. So tell us, why do you think retreats are important?
Um, Personally, I wasn't a big fan of retreats until the last few years, but I'm learning that when you go to a retreat and you are fully open, you allow yourself to be stretched. And I don't think we really feel ourselves unless we're stretched. It's almost like a rubber band sitting in a drawer and not being used to its potential because it hasn't been stretched. When you go to retreats, you see yourself, you hear yourself, you see where you're not at, you see where you want to be. And I think it's a very safe environment for you to feel stretched, particularly on an emotional level and a psychological level, and even in some ways on a physical level, because the hugs that I receive at the retreats are usually more genuine than that Christian side hug that not that they're real. So even when there's virtual, I felt the hugs. So I thought that was really important, and I'm going to appreciate the stretch that I get, and that's what I'm anticipating this time. I'm so excited for being stretched on another level.
Yes, and by being stretched, is where you learn. Is in the uncomfortable places that you learn. And I
Yes.
see your, I'm about to let my ADHD take over. I see your beautiful lashes. I didn't put mine on, but Lena also has a business selling lashes. They are so easy to put on, and they're waterproof. Because Sunday I was boohoo crying in church. Because I'm just gonna be real. This what God has given me is more than what I wanted. How many people have ever felt that way? I'm like, I don't want to do all
Mhm.
that. I want to just fry chicken and praise dance in the church. But He's given me more, and I was ready to quit the more. I'm like, I just want to brunch and travel. But
That's so much more.
the Lady Jada, my pastor's wife, taught on rather, purpose. Exactly. And it was like God was like, okay, you're not gonna do you, you're gonna do me. So we're even gonna talk about that at the retreat, not doing us, but doing him.
Hmm.
Um, so what was your first thoughts? So back to the lashes. So the lashes, I mean, I was boohoo crying to my neighbor flag for the usher to give me tissue, and they lasted, and they were pretty and easy to put on. Okay, back to this.
You look beautiful. You look absolutely beautiful. You did. You
Every
always look beautiful, but I'm amazed at how much something so small enhances. And I think that's why I like the lashes. I don't think a woman needs to be made over.
Mhm.
She should have something that's adjunctive to add to. And I think the lashes do that. So
Just some
I love it.
enhancement they do. It's amazing what lashes can do. So when you heard the theme this year, fluid, what are some of the first thoughts that came to your mind?
Um, One of the first things that came to my mind is one of my mottos when I first started nursing school, and I didn't get it on purpose. It was someone gave it to me, and she shared it with me because I had all these balls in the air, and she shared with me to be fluid like water. And I didn't fully understand that, it probably hasn't been to most recently that I do. But the first thought that came to my mind is that when we resist what God has for us to do, we put ourselves in turbulent waters.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's the first thing I thought about is the challenge of not resisting what God has for us. Um, Even when He gives us revelation and it seems scary, and even when He doesn't give us revelation, we're just in a bumpy situation or a rough spot. To remain fluid is really a sign of emotional maturity. And in order for us to live fully, we have to have that on some level. So that was my first thought, being fluid like water.
Because it's really a sign of trust too. When I'm just going to trust you, God, that what you're doing in my life, even if it don't feel good, even if it's not brunch and traveling,
Mhm.
all of that, I'm going to trust you that it's for the greater good. I'm just going
Yes.
to do and follow and obey. So, which is a sign of trust. What if we could be fluid in our marriages and our relationships? That's a whole nother topic.
Whole
Uh,
nother topic.
what if we could just trust like that? Because to me, the
Mhm.
opposite of faith and trust is control. When you need to control everything because you don't have enough faith or trust to let it
Mhm.
go and know no harm is going to come to me.
Yes.
So last year you were a presenter. You presented at both. We had two virtual retreats last year, two virtual, and I'm excited to be coming back face to face. But
Yes.
what were your biggest takeaways from the unbottled retreat last year virtual?
I don't know. I grow every time I think about it, but I will tell you in this season right now that I'm in, I'm amazed at God's hand. And so whether we were in Texas or Ohio, or I think everybody walked away feeling something different. And it's that untitled thing that you know was the Holy Spirit, because there's no other way to sum it up, that everybody walked away with exactly what they needed at that
Mhm.
moment. And I was even more amazed that when we did the repeat, it was the same information but presented in a different way, that it even touched that group the way that the Holy Spirit intended it for it to do. And that's only by His hand that it could be done that way. It was I don't say magic because I don't believe that the Holy Spirit is magic, but it was a magical feeling to be a part of.
It It was because it was the same content, but totally went a total different way. But that just showed me too. I don't have to recreate the wheel. I can go back and grab some of the things that's been done before, and it doesn't, and it'll be a different thing. So
Mhm.
we're going to take a quick commercial break because I have commercials. I'll be back in a second. To open up their hearts to God, experience connection with other women, and learn about themselves. It is a call for women from all walks of life to connect deeply with their own dreams and God given purpose. The theme of the 2021 summer retreat is fluid. Join us as we learn how to flow in purpose. We have an exciting time planned: spiritual development, personal development, self care to move your life towards the purpose that God has intended for you. Look what I'm getting started with. The binders, they're empty right now, but they'll be full. For for participants, you get like it's what probably gonna be. I think it's up to 50 pages, and I'm not done of the different activities. And this is your little retreat like journey book. That's one of the things you receive, fully colored. So it's about to be retreat over here. So the last question that I have written down, but who knows what direction we might go in. Why is sisterhood important to you?
Um, Sisterhood is important for me because it does some identifications for you, so you can see yourself in your sister. And usually, if you look at a sister that's ahead of you and you see yourself in her, you can see the evolution of who you can become. So you don't get lost in this current moment. But at the same time, if you see a sister who's struggling in a way that you struggled before, you can assure her that it's going to pass because you are evidence that that's going to happen. So sisterhood is kind of like a mirror, and it also is kind of like time frames that you can kind of see what God can do. Certainly, He can do more in you than He's done in another sister. I don't think that's about the competition. It's just knowing that you're going to make it. And I think that's what you can see in another sister. You're going to make it. I was really moved by the handout versus the high five.
Mm-hmm.
And I even said yesterday, we rise by lifting others up. And I also think that by lifting me up, I know that another sister is going to be made better. If for no other reason, I'm going to edify her because
Yeah.
she showed me something I couldn't see. And likewise, I hope that a younger sister will edify me because I'm going to show her something that she wasn't able to see. So sisterhood is really a growth, evolution, and a mirror.
Yes, and one quote that I always do in any of my events is the Michelle Obama quote. I'm not going to say it verbatim, but it's something like, "We should have three women in our lives, three friends, one ahead of us, one next to us, and one behind us. And we're about to do something. We're about to combine that with some gratitude this time. So it's
Yeah,
about to be fun." Oh gosh, I
I'm
can't wait.
excited.
I can't wait. So ladies, I'm gonna put you in. Thank you so much. Don't leave though. Thank you so much. Ladies, it's not too late to get registered for the retreat. Let me pull up the flyer here. Dynamic speakers. We are in Michigan this year, which is new for me. I'm from Michigan. Where I'm taking you to is my place of peace. Is where I spent weekends, is where I spent summers with my grandmother. And do you have any place in the world that's nothing but really happy memories? That's what this is for me. It's my place of peace. We'll be off a lake. We'll be off a beach. We got some activities that are going to be on the beach. So ladies, get registered. I know we got safety precautions in place. We'll be really spread out. The facility is really big. Plus, if you're not comfortable with that, we have 10 accommodations. So you and a close friend can sleep on a tent on the beach. So go to www My Story My Journey Retreat and get registered. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I will see you next week. And come in the first week of August. I have a very exciting new journey I'm about to take. And I'm excited for you guys to come and be a part of that. Um, but thank you so much and continue to live life on purpose.